Okay, I've got to do this. I think AD is now a shadow. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had to do that. Do you think that this saga is ever going to be on Netflix? Because I've always envisioned that the AD story will one day make it to Netflix as a documentary, and all the things, all the aspects and elements of it, because there is a lot to cover. This is a completely unplanned episode, and I want to talk about the aftermath of what's happened, because I think a lot of us woke up today still digesting what happened, and Battery Boy. A lot of his content was on AD lately, and is he going to use AD's old content? I mean, yes, it is true that AD did provide a lot of content for many channels. So there's this vacuum now left. How are we going to. Now, don't get me wrong, many people are very happy about what's happened. However, of course, there's AD supporters or people who believed in AD who are not amused about what's happened. And, I had a commenter today who came to my channel and said that, AD was, she believes, not in so many ways, but she believes in justice, which, as far as I'm concerned, justice was served years ago, 5 years ago. And, the truth channels and the people that, went after AD should hang their heads. But, you know what I think? I don't agree with that. I think AD brought a lot of this on himself. That's my personal opinion. Um, and I say that with respect because I don't have any ill will towards AD, but I think that I think that the NK channel that he, the green channel that he turned into an NK channel was very, very unnecessary. And at the end of the day, he can believe that NK is involved. That's his right. That's everyone's right. I don't necessarily believe that he's looking for justice through NK. I believe that he wants the views and subscribers from talking about NK. That's just my personal opinion. He's seen lately that there's been a new interest in NK and that people are getting views and subs from talking about NK and her possible involvement. And he wanted some of that. And he always wants more. It's never enough. The theory always has to be bigger. He always has to have another channel and then another channel. It's just too much. Now, I have no idea why he was eventually taken down. I've got no clue. I would love to know the reason why, the specific reason why. And, this is not the last we've heard of AD. He's going to try and crawl back. He's going to be like Natasha. So, yeah, these are the things I'm going to talk about in this podcast. So I'm sure everyone has seen his Patreon speech. I won't be able to pay this. I won't be able to pay that. I'm getting paid tomorrow. I need to pay my rent. I use my Patreon money for something, and then I need to pay for this. It's suddenly how he says that his channel wasn't monetized or monetized as he claims. But then when he goes on Patreon to tell his loyal following what happened, it's all about the money, isn't it? And how he won't, he was supposed to be getting paid tomorrow and how that's not going to happen. And how, please don't unsubscribe and please keep your subscriptions because he's wondering where his next cash flow is going to come from. And that's what it's all about for AD. But I just want to make a comment before I read out Frankie's latest community post. AD did provide a lot of content for all of us. I can think immediately about at least 10 channels that AD provided content for. And one of those channels is Superchuffer, the B-boy. I think that's what his name is, or at least his channel name. Streaming about AD constantly. And it's been getting him a lot of attention and a lot of views. So what is he going to do now? Look, I think AD will try and crawl back somehow. but he won't be doing it with the 80,000. You know how he always likes to say, I've got 80,000 subscribers and I've got, or he would say, I've got 100,000 subscribers on all platforms and I've got, 25 million lifetime views. He loved to brag about his numbers. And he won't be, if he does crawl back and if he does win a way back in, he's not going to be doing it with his 80,000 subscriber count anymore. And that will really get to him, because that was a huge ego boosting for him. So, but yeah, he's provided content for me. He's provided content for this guy, this new guy, this Superchuffer guy. He's provided content for the lady Val. She's getting good views with AD right now. So, he's provided a lot of content for a lot of people. So, what happens now, and it will be interesting to see what happens. I'm going to read out Frankie's community post right now. But, I think there's a whole saga that we can discuss about this. I think this should be turned into a Netflix documentary, how AD came onto the scene. And at first, look, I never bought into anything AD said, but people obviously did. He obviously has a way of engaging people and making people believe that he's searching for justice. I personally believe that he's searching for cash. That's my personal opinion. And I'll explain why, maybe, in detail, maybe another time. But, I see through people like AD. I see through people. And a lot of people see through him. Otherwise, he wouldn't have had those other channels going after him. But some people, they just don't see through people like AD. And I say this with no, I don't dislike AD anymore. I used to very strongly, but I don't dislike him anymore. I dislike his behavior, and my channel is about human behavior. But, I see through people like him. And for him, it was always about, how he could use Nicole Kessinger to gain subs and views. And that's exactly what he was trying to do. But I wish I knew specifics of why this eventually happened. I really, really wish I knew exactly why this happened, because, when I was seeing this Nicole Kessinger channel, Nicole Kessinger in the shadows, I just thought to myself, he's trying to get in on this new Nicole Kessinger surge, and he's trying to get views and subs, and he's trying to make money out of her. And I think that's very distasteful. That's not justice. This case is never going to be reopened, no matter what he does. And he knows that. He knows that himself, regardless of what he might say to his subs. And I can just imagine how his subs feel right now. They're used to being on his channel practically every weeknight, and even on weekends. They're going to be going through quite a lot. And he needs people to believe in him, and he needs those subs to make money. And he's going to be scrambling, thinking, where is his next cash flow going to come from? But he will find a way to crawl back, because this is how AD is. He will be hanging on for dear life. To try and continue to make money out of this. Now, contrary to some beliefs, Frankie is watching what's going on YouTube. That I know for a fact. He comes to my channel as well, and he reads through all the comments to keep updated on what's going on. So even though he doesn't post very often, he knows what's going on. And I knew it was only a matter of time after AD's departure that Frankie was going to put up a community post, and he has done that. And he's used this as a way to ask for more donations. Now, personally speaking, I think Frankie should close his fund. The job's done. And I don't know why. I still don't know why AD left, why this happened. I don't know why. We don't have the specific reasons as yet. I can't wait to find them out. But at the end of the day, AD's gone, job done. There's nothing to pursue. So this is Frankie's community post. And, he used this AD's departure as a springboard to ask for more donations. I just wanted to make a post to thank my attorneys and all who have helped to make this possible. Very generic, nothing specific here. My solicitors are doing a phenomenal job. Everything's going swimmingly. And I'm pleased things are heading in the right direction. The job's been done. No need to be heading in any more direction. That fund has been open for far too long and should be closed as far as I'm concerned. Some things take time, yeah, an eternity. It'll be 100 by the time you get this into a building. But we have to be patient. Good things come to those who wait. Thank you to all the people who have supported my family throughout the years and during these trying times. We are almost to our end goal on the Crowd Justice Fund. If everyone can help me by sharing it, I'd appreciate it. Thank you to all who have helped to get this to where it is today. Thank you to all of the donors. Remember I made that video about donors? And he puts that word into the community post. Isn't that interesting? And all who helped in any way they could. That's what it should say. All who helped any way they could. Well, I suppose that's okay. From the bottom of my heart, thank you all and God bless you. So Frankie wants more donations, people. Now, I'm not, this crowd justice may well get to 75,000. It could, it's stalled many, many, many times, but it could get to 75,000. And if it does, I hope that he just goes away and does what he has to do instead of, continuing to ask for more donations. When I say go away, I don't mean I don't want Frankie to be on YouTube. Frankie can be, I have no problem with Frankie being on YouTube. I used to get on very, very well with Frankie. And I have no, I care about Frankie. There's no question about it. I just think that the crowd justice has been open for long enough. So if he does get to his 75K, I hope he takes that and uses it and doesn't ask for any more. That's my opinion. Anyway, thank you for listening, folks. And I'll see you again soon. And obviously, I'll be around on YouTube. Take care. Take care of yourselves.